whoever do not have ownership cannot have a conversation at the table. Now y'all complain about gentrification and things like that. If we have more owners, we can stop gentrification.
Because tenants not paying you. You got to do evictions that actually cost you repairs, maintenance.
In his words, buying a house to live in is quote dumb
decision off of average income. I think it's a better use of money.
It's not dumb if you walk into it with a bunch of equity.
Because we have not always had ownership rights. So the moment I get a chance and an opportunity to be able to plant my flag somewhere and say, I own this,
You miss a tax payment, they sell it
and that's part of the process. It's been like that for years.
It's ownership.
What's good? What they do? This is the ABN movement. Ain't broke no more. That clip y'all just saw right there was of Realtor and her husband. You know, they're a successful realtor group or whatever they do. You know, they're successful realtors. And they're basically trying to tell people that it's a great opportunity in investing into owning a home. And meanwhile, there are two other owners of a home that, you know, they kind of feel opposed to it. Like it's no benefit to the average person. So, you know, y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. You know, do y'all think that owning a home is beneficial? Is it a trap? But I'm going to go ahead and let these people explain it and see how this conversation goes. I thought it was a very important conversation. Man, y'all go ahead and press that like button. Man, it doesn't take any effort but just to press the button, you know what I mean? Show love to your boy, please. You know what I'm saying? And go ahead and subscribe to the channel.
I'm that nigga.
Without further ado,
Welcome to the Simple Podcast. Really excited about this conversation. I've been seeing a lot. I saw the movement. It's a movement in my head, man. You shouldn't buy. And it's not like you shouldn't buy real estate, but people don't feel that real estate is a clear path to making money or wealth. We got a couple conversations I get, maybe from saying your position wrong. You can help me with that. So I'll briefly introduce everyone. We're going to start with Smitty. In his words, buying a house to live in is quote dumb. Right? You say yes.
I said.
You use the word dumb, yes?
I did know something. Yep.
I be feeling that way some way.
It's a dumb decision.
I low-key be feeling that way, you know what I'm saying? I be feeling like it's kind of like a dumb thing because you put yourself in debt where you're not really the owner of it. I don't feel like it's ownership. It's not really ownership. You're just claiming it, really. It's like a claim. It's not an ownership because the bank own it, the government could get it. I don't know, man. You know, let me learn more about this. Y'all let me know your thoughts.
Off of average income, I think it's a better use of your money to not just go into buying a house because of all the numbers that we break down.
Yeah.
Some of this stuff don't make sense.
Got it. Okay. All right, cool. And we have Ramel here who owned 40 units. And he was like, yo,
40.
Making money. And the conversation that we have is that if you get these single family duplexes, triplexes, you start building your real estate portfolio, you can live off of passive income. And he's saying that is not true. And again, we'll introduce everybody. And lastly, we have Terry Lynn Smith, who's a pro all things real estate. And investor, developer, she's pretty much touched every aspect of real estate you can think of. And has made a lot of money from real estate. So I think it's going to be a really good conversation. So I'm going to give everyone 60 seconds to approach this conversation. And we're going to start with Ramel. Give me your thoughts.
So my thoughts is being able to live off of passive income. That just wasn't my reality. So I had 40 plus units, and you know they tell you to dream of, you know, buy a single family and duplex, put a tenant in there, your cash flow, and you can live your life go to the sunset. Right? That's what I thought. So I bought all these properties, and when I started to really look at my P&L, I wasn't making no money, you know, because tenants not paying you. Got to do evictions that actually cost you repairs, maintenance. So I'm like, yeah, I gotta shift gears. So you know, we just want to tell a story.
And what's it?
I can see that, you know what I'm saying? I can see how that could like add up, you know, like imagine having like even 5 units, you know what I mean? But then I guess something goes wrong inside of those units and you have to pay for them. And then on top of that, you have tenants who are not consistent on paying their rent. You know what I mean? So I can see how it can kind of seem like a bad investment. But let's go ahead and see what else they're talking about.
Where these 40 units in?
All of us minus St. Louis, Milwaukee, Pennsylvania. I was mining low income areas. You buy a duplex for $50,000. Put a tenant in there, $1,000 each unit, make $2,000. That's the concept. Keep buying these small properties, get the cash flow, and keep yours. I was pretty much on.
So you weren't making money from the 40 units.
I was making money, right? So you'll go 6 months and cash was coming in, but now we have a brutal winter, pipe burst, right? We gotta fix the roof. And now one major repair wipe out my cash flow for the year. Or I might have 3 other properties that they're doing well, but one property maintenance could wipe out the cash flow on the rest of my portfolio.
You owned all the units. Outright?
No. Leverage that.
So you leveraged that. Okay, had a mortgage on.
Yeah.
You remember how much that mortgage was?
And that's why I say it's a trap. He said leverage debt. You know what I'm saying? I don't know exactly what that is, but I can only imagine that it's like a loan, so to speak. You know what I mean? And that's why I believe that like it's like a rabbit hole when you begin to own a home, own a business, and then it just becomes like a rabbit hole of asking for loans and getting yourself in more debt for you to be able to pay off and live a certain lifestyle. But is it really ownership?
Oh man, I don't
All
know.
the units at some point.
I don't remember exactly what all the mortgages, but I had about like $10 million like net. Right, so on paper, it felt like I was like rich, right? But the cash, it really wasn't coming in. So I
$10 million of real estate.
Yeah,
$10 million net worth.
$10 million of real estate.
Got it. And how much of that was net worth though?
But that is your net worth. So get equity.
Well, not really. So if you owe if you own $10 million and you owe $10 million. You don't have net worth $10 million.
You got to minus debt on that.
100%. So I'm trying to get a picture of what the situation looked like so we can better explain it.
About $6 million of that.
$6 million of that?
About debt.
Okay, cool. All right, thank you. Smitty, the GOAT. So, go ahead, share your perspective.
Yeah, so now that I went through the buying a house process, I didn't know all these things that went with buying a house, right? I bought a house. I got a mortgage, and 90% of my mortgage was interest only. All these other things, you got maintenance, and I got a grad, I got a car fee, I got HOA, I got insurance, I got closing costs, I got all these things. I'm like, all right.
I done heard a lot of things about HOA, and one thing about it is they say you might as well live in an apartment if you're gonna have HOA. You know what I mean? So, if everybody out there watching, you know what I'm saying? You're going to try to get a home, try to stay away from having HOA. They got too many rules and regulations. You might as well be in an apartment, and you got to pay them.
For the first, so I talk about mine. My mortgage right now is like, it was like $7,800 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Every single month, only $7,000. No, only $7,200 of my dollars was interest only.
Yeah.
So they be saying like, oh, my mortgage right now is like, it was like $7,800 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Every single month, only $7,000. No, only $7,200 of my dollars was interest only.
Yeah.
So they be saying like, oh, well, you buy a house, you can do the equity. Well, okay, let's do the math. If I got $7,200 just only paying my mortgage for a whole year, that's 12 months, right?
I'm sorry, you're doing interest only?
Well, I literally just said my principal.
Just amortize 30 years. Okay, guys.
So yeah, 30-year mortgage. Interest, like I go to my principal. So I got $1 million house. The principal was like $400, $500 a month. Go to my principal every single month on $1 million house. But $7,200 go towards interest only. That goes to the bank. So over 12 months, how much is that?
You're talking about 7,200?
Yes, I'm about to do it for you. 7,200 times 12 equals $86,000.
Okay.
And then let's see, like, what, 5 to 10 years? How many you want to do that? They say we got to do that.
Do what? I mean, you're gonna pay for 30.
I know, but
You said residential.
yes.
I mean, Terry will have to tell you that on the amortized schedule, probably the first 15 years, right?
Yeah.
Or it's a lot of years.
Yeah.
So oh my God.
That's crazy. Like the first 15 years is basically just straight interest. Imagine a house that you quote unquote own, but at the same time, you're paying 15 years of straight interest. That's like not you putting into your ownership or you actually gaining value or leverage, so to speak. This is you at the point of you paying interest. You haven't even really paid towards your house. You just got claimed. It's crazy.
Times 20. They say times 20. You want to do that? Please let's do that. That's 1.7 million.
But you know what's funny? When you sign that debt paperwork, when you close on it, they tell you and they show you the paperwork, you about to pay 100% almost to them. So if you got it at $1 million, you about to finance it. By the time you finish paying it off, you done paid $2 million.
Is
that paperwork?
I agree, but is that a smart decision with my money to primarily do this? Or
that was my question. You know what I'm saying? Big ups to this man. That just doesn't seem smart. You know what I'm saying? She's saying, oh, because it's in fine print of what you signed up for, that is like, it makes it right or it makes it a good idea just because you should know what you signed up for. That doesn't make sense to me. We're trying to make sense. Is this a smart decision for an average person in America? He's talking about a 1-point-something million house paying $7,000 a month. That is crazy. Even for him, that doesn't make sense. But even for an average person, does that make sense?
No way. Bad man not the.
if I would have rented, why this time when I start business and invest my money and take more money off the money that I would have spent into this, is that a smart decision to put my money in a different spot or maybe go to an investment first and not do a primary house to live in right now that I got down payment, pay all this interest, buy a bank 2 houses while I buy my own house.
If you were gonna rent, because you would still get the same quality house you get, right?
No. I wouldn't. I rent like a penthouse or something like that. That's what I was renting before. I was renting like a penthouse.
That's dumb.
Because I got a family, we want a backyard.
You still need a house.
Well, I'm just saying I live in a penthouse.
I'm just saying. So let's say you just because your positioning is, I just rent instead of buying. So
for now, because
my point is, you would have to get. So you're looking at a house that I could buy this house or rent it.
Yeah.
You're saying I shouldn't buy it, I should rent it. Right?
Okay, then let's talk about this. I'm a person at a high income standard. Let's talk about average American income standard.
We're talking about your
Okay, let's talk about my situation.
You bought a house.
Okay, cool.
That same house. Instead of buying it, I should rent it. Right?
It's a better use of my money to rent right now.
Same house. I could buy this house or rent this house.
Yes.
Right now, your mortgage is how much?
It just went up $800. So like, I don't know where it's just like random. I don't know what happened. I got a mail. It went up $800. Now it's $8,300. Something like $8,300 a month. I don't know how that happened.
What type of ownership is that? 2 times. It's like, what type of ownership that your mortgage, the house that you own, the one that you're paying on monthly, has not been laid on, all of a sudden go up $800. What? From where? Like, we already had an agreement. Where did this come from? Isn't this the same way as rent? Because rent goes up every year. So like, how do you randomly just go up $800? That's kind of crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Imagine you like already like owning a house and, you know what I'm saying? Well, supposedly owning a house, and you signed a contract and you've been paying your monthly bills, been doing what you're supposed to do, paying the bank or whatever. And then all of a sudden they just hit you with a $800 more on your mortgage. From where? I haven't taken out no money. Maybe there's more to it than that story. You know what I'm saying? Let's find out.
Tax probably, but you buy it for $8,300. I mean, you buy it and you're paying $800 for rent.
Right now, yes.
If you were renting that same house, how much you think you pay?
Is it probably like $9,000 a month if I was renting? Because I gotta pay a little bit more than mortgage. I'm guessing the person will make me pay it.
$2,000
So
more.
what you're saying is it's smarter to pay more money and not get anything back versus pay less money because you buy it and have to pay a lot of mortgage rent up front. I mean, a lot of interest up front.
Okay. So how much? I had to put up 200. I had to put up like $175,000 of money into it. Then I gotta pay that monthly fee, right? If I would have put that $175,000 into something else that could have made me money, I would make it be a smarter decision to me to put my $175,000 and all these payments I'm making into something else first to make me money. So that's making me money. Then I maybe go buy a house now first, or if I buy investment property first, I could invest in property. I think that's smart. We're gonna get a duplex with that money, and then I make cash flow. I make money to be able to afford to go live into a house. Buy a house.
I would say the homie making a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? Because he can profit more and put more in his pocket. You know what I mean? Versus putting it towards mortgage. But there is a but. We have to admit that he said he lives in $1 million house, which means that he probably qualified for more than $100 million house, but he still got into $1 million house, which means that he honestly could have gotten something much cheaper to not, have to pay interest for 15 years. You know what I'm saying? So I think that even though he could have afforded his monthly bill being $7,000, that's a bit high. Bit high for anybody to be living every month, having to come up with $7,000, and then on top of that, you're only paying interest for 15 years.
No way. Bad man not so cool.
I know this for sure, but when you rent a house like that, do you just pay the first and last month, or they make you put money down?
Well, it depends on the owner, but I mean, usually we want first and last money with a deposit.
If I rent, I only gotta how much do I come out of pocket up front, Jay?
Well, I guess it's $14,000.
Okay.
But that's not all of your money, right? So you have some money. So instead of that 200 or whatever, it sits in the bank, right?
No, it doesn't. It's a better use of your money.
Are you saying you have any money in the bank right now?
No, I'm saying instead of putting the $100 to $200, I would put it into something else.
Okay, let's say we have $1 million in the bank right now. You take $200,000 and you put it into marketing. Let's say you take $200,000, put it into a house.
Yes.
Right, like you did. Instead of putting $200,000, you put the $200,000 into the house, you put the $200,000 back into the bank, right? So it sits there, nice and secure. You're still taking $200,000, put it in marketing and all that other stuff. The money that you decide to put in the house is still in the bank account. Doing what?
Appreciating.
Nothing. It's actually losing money.
Well, mine's making like 4.7%.
Okay, cool. So you could take that $200,000 and now you're adding a few $100 every single month. One to your bottom line of the equity, right?
Well, this is what my angle is. I'm trying to understand too. Like, okay, I'm paying all this interest though.
Right.
Is it not canceling it out? I gotta pay that.
Either way, you have to take this money and put it out. Either way,
into investment property, not into a
no. If you had to rent the house, you put it in rent. More money. The same $9,000. Let's just call it $9,000. We can either put the money out into pay rent, and it doesn't touch the principal at all. You might live in the house, is that your dream house, for the next 5 years, 10 years. You don't get none of that.
Yes, but you're trying to take away what I'm going to do with money instead of putting it into the house. What I'm going to do with money though?
But you still have to put it into the house to live in. You have to put the money. You have $9,000 to live in, right? Let's say.
Yes.
You don't see this the math? Hold on. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, but I agree with you.
Really?
I agree too. I agree 100% with these two guys. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna drop the conversation off right there, just right now. We're gonna pick it up next time. I'm gonna pick up at episode 2 because this is a very important conversation, not only to myself, but I think to other people who really don't know about this. And to me, my question is, does this guy make sense thus far? The woman, I believe she's gonna speak more, and I believe she's a little bit more knowledgeable. Just based off what I heard, man, this homie has not explained his point or proven his point well enough for me. Y'all drop y'all thoughts in the comments, like, comment, subscribe. You know the vibe.
I'm that nigga.